Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel where I talk about a topic that I hope you guys can relate to. Today, I'm going to be talking about how I am 30 years old and I ain't never been to the club. Um, so, exactly how I just said it. 30 years old, never been to the club. Uh, my reasoning is for multiple reasons, though. Um, One, I just felt like the club scene was just never for me. Um, you know, Two, it's like a little bit of anxiety mixed in there because I can't dance, and I always feel like me walking into a club, finding someone maybe interesting or interested in me, and then trying to dance, I just embarrass myself. It's kind of similar to like if someone wants to go to the gym but they feel like they'll be judged because they don't know how to work the equipment. That's kind of how it was for me with the club. I felt like I would be judged and looked at crazy. Another reasoning is kind of like uh, I just never felt that like it was how do I say, a safe scene. I never growing up I never really looked at house parties or clubbing. Like I never looked at it as like the place to be, mainly because like even when I was in high school, people would tell me about, oh, such and such is throwing a house party. I always stayed home. And it's not because I'm like an antisocial person. It's not that I don't like to socialize. I like socializing. um it's just the fact that i I always try to avoid drama in any way I can. And from every time I heard there was a house party going on, there was always a fight involved or somebody getting attacked and some cops being called. It's kind of like, yo, why do I want to put myself in that type of situation? That's just how I always viewed it. Um, and then when you're talking about with a club, I just, and of course, this is just going off of things I've heard or read or whatever may have you. But, fights over petty stuff, man, you stepped on my kicks, I'll punch you in the face. Like, it's just, I like, for me, it's like, it's a mature scene, but are the people actually going there really mature in mind? You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how I viewed it. Um, and and it's also the thing where it's like, do I want to go somewhere where I feel like I can't have fun unless I'm intoxicated? Because like I said, I can't dance. So the only way you're gonna get me to dance is to give me alcohol. And I don't mind the occasional drink every now and then, especially if I'm gonna go to a party, have fun. You know what I mean? Um, but the way I look at it is like, can I really have fun if I have to be under the influence? Can I make sure that I'm not only I'm gonna get home safe, but like, let's say if I meet a girl there or if I go there with friends or girl of interest or something, how can I ensure that they're also gonna get home safe if I'm the one that's intoxicated? That's just kind of how I viewed it. Um, and you know, Another thing is like, I just have different type of I guess, what do you want to say, morals or standards. So I always said I never wanted to find my wife in the club. I feel like that's the hard. Like me personally, I just feel like that's just not the best place to meet someone you want to build a future with. Personally, I feel like there's so many different places, um, and especially nowadays, like I feel sorry for you young folks out there, but I'm talking about me in my 20s. But I just never wanted to meet that person in in the club, and that's just mainly because of the fact that I feel like I just felt like, you know if you're at the club today, you might have been here last week looking for a partner, or you might be here next week looking for a partner. And of course, I could be looking at it all wrong, but that's just how I kind of viewed it, and I just never really wanted to uh, kind of find that person there. I just didn't feel like that was the place. Going there to have fun, yeah, sure, but like me, I always took relationships serious, so it's like I never wanted to find someone and then kind of waste my time. That's just me, right? Uh, and then another reason is just because like I know that And it's funny because my wife and I, we kind of laugh about this because she would occasionally like go out, right, with her friends or family. um I know the type of person I am. I just never want to be put in a situation where I feel like I'm being disrespected, because I know that if I feel disrespected, I'm going to just straight up disrespect whomever. And I'm not one to pop bottles. I'm not one to just be all flashy. I'm not one to be the center of attention. Um, so those are other reasons why I just never really cared for the club. Like, I feel like, you know, people who go there, you're either going there to have fun or you're going there for attention. And listen, I could be 100% wrong. Y'all can murder me in the comments. That's fine. Um, but that's just how I viewed it. So it's kind of like I'd rather just be home chilling, and like, I could find ways to make the time go by. And I asked myself, like, do you regret it? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about it, I'm like, do I regret not going to the club? Do I regret not going to like these types of parties, these type of social events? Am I antisocial for real? I still don't think I'm antisocial, but do I avoid certain social events? Yes. And it's just because like I know where I fit in, and I just rather stick to what I know, what I'm comfortable with. Especially me being 30 years old, it's just kind of like, it is what it is. You should, like, y'all should know me by now. That's kind of how I view it. And you know, the club scene, I'm okay with just saying, like, look, that's just not for me. It's not. It hasn't been my type of scene. I have family members, I have cousins, who love going to the club. As long as they're safe, I'm cool. I could care less. I don't care whatever y'all choose to wear. Like, it's, y'all not my child, so it is what it is. As long as y'all safe and y'all get back safe and y'all had a good time and no one took advantage of you, then I'm cool. I'm straight. And I think that's another thing. People, like, the whole idea of someone taking advantage of either me or somebody else. People go to the club all the time. Of course, you got people trying to drug other people. You got people just trying to take advantage, or just make, not having somebody to make sure that they're getting home safe. Back, the same way that they got to that club. So, of course, those are all, like, I guess, club stereotypes that I'm thinking about. And of course, it might not apply to every club. It's not going to apply to every person. But that's just the way I kind of view that scene. And so I stayed away from it. It is what it is. I just kind of stayed away from the scene. I let it be what it is. And I'm 30 years old, never been to a club. I don't regret it. It is what it is, because I know who I am as a person. It just doesn't intertwine with me and my mindset. And if you're someone who is the same, it is okay. Don't let people judge you for how you choose to live your life. Don't let people judge you for not going with the flow. Like, all your friends are going to the club, all your friends are going to the frat party, but you choose to stay in. Then that's you. Don't change for other people. It is okay. Be you. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly, like, I'm good. I don't have regrets. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying. I do have regrets, but that's definitely not one of them. I definitely don't regret not going to the club. But I don't feel like I would have. I'm missing out on anything, honestly. If anything, I the way I look at it is, maybe I missed out on some drama. Maybe I missed out on, not getting into altercation with this person because his girl decided to dance with me, or taking the wrong girl home, and your life is forever changed. Whatever. Like that's just how I kind of view it. And so, if you're like that, if you're someone who is considered antisocial by society's terms, then it's all right. Live your life. You're fine. Don't let people judge you. And if you're someone who likes to go into the club, you're someone who loves, the clubbing, and that's part of your social lifestyle, then all power to you. Just be safe. That's all I ask. Be safe and be aware. You know, the same way you got to that club, make sure it's the same way you going home. You know, and that's really it. So, and yeah, that's really it. Thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.